Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Pankaj Gupta.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Pankaj. I work in Google's office right here in Bangalore. I lead our engineering teams in India and Singapore for a very important initiative called Next Billion Users. I'm really excited to be here with you today at Google Developer Days because I'm myself a developer. I have used many Google APIs over the years. This is the first GDD ever in India, and this is the largest developer event that Google has held in India ever. But first, I want to talk to you about why and what Google is doing in India.
With A/B testing, you can test different variants of notification messages or configuration values to different groups of users, and it will help you figure out which of these variants perform best for the goals that you've specified. So for example, you can figure out whether the orange button or the blue button help drive more user purchases. I'm also very excited to share that we've recently taken our first step of bringing Google's machine learning to Firebase with the release of Firebase Predictions. Predictions applies ML to your analytics data and helps you predict users' behavior like churn, spend, or other events that you've specified that are important to your app. Now, it's also integrated with other Firebase products, so you can take targeted actions like triggering an in-app promotion using remote config to users who are most likely to spend, or say, send the push notifications to target users who are likely to churn, or run A/B tests across these different groups. I'm very excited to be here sharing these updates on behalf of the Firebase team and meeting many of you here. I look forward to hearing your feedback and continue to work hard to help you build a better app and grow a more successful business. Thank you. And with that, I'd like to welcome Pankaj back for some final
Please welcome
remarks.
back Pankaj Gupta.
Thanks, everyone, for joining us this morning. I hope you're all as excited as I am about the progress we have been making with our developer product and platforms. Thank you to our speakers, Dan, Sachit, Kaz, Anita, Tal, and Francis. For the rest of the day, you're invited to participate in technical sessions, trainings, code labs, and explore the sandboxes right outside. So please enjoy the Google Developer Days India event. Thank you.
Welcome to
Hey, namaskara, swagata. Hello and welcome to Bangalore. And for those of you from Bangalore, thank you for welcoming us to your wonderful city. My name is Sam Dutton, and I'm a developer advocate for the web. I've only been here a few days, but I've already met a bunch of brilliant developers doing great work on the web. Now, I live in London, but I grew up in South Australia, quite close to the beautiful Adelaide Cricket Oval. I don't know if anyone's ever seen this, but anyway, I'm here today and tomorrow with a lot of other Googlers who are web developers and who work on Chrome. So, if you have questions, please come and chat to us in the sandbox area. So, I think we're at a turning point for the web, and I'd like to explain why I think that progressive web apps are at the heart of that. So this is my third visit.
And we'll get you the materials. So my team has also built the Mobile Web Specialist Certification Program, and we announced this a month ago in Krakow. We looked at 10,000 job descriptions to determine what hiring managers want today. And it's not always the absolute latest thing, but it's what gets you ready for everything we're talking about here. So it's a global certification. So we looked at jobs around the world, and it includes the skills you'll need for international markets. So for example, if you're building for US or Europe, these are core skills you'll need for there. Certification is all online. It's a test that you take where you solve about 14 to 17 real programming challenges in 4 hours. It's not super easy. Most developers have to study, and most developers need at least 3 to 4 years of real-world experience or some pretty intensive study to get through it.
Yeah, I can vouch for that. I did the test. It's really hard.
So, but the nice thing about it being hard like that is it guarantees that, hey, you know your stuff. So we provide a free study guide so you can study for the test, or just make sure your skills are up to date. So feel free to take a look at that. Just look at developers.google.com/training. And then one more thing. If you saw the news last week, and it was mentioned in the opening session, we announced 130,000 scholarships here in India last week. 30,000 of those are for Udacity courses, including 10,000 of those include the study course leading up to the certification and the cost of the certification. 100,000 of these are subscriptions to Pluralsight, where there's a lot of really useful material you can learn from. And with that, that's a lot to remember. So just remember developers.google.com/training/programs/India. This will get you to the India-specific page with all the information, including all of the scholarships. So Sam, why don't we wrap this up?
Yeah, let's wrap this up. So thank you, Sarah. And yeah, I would really recommend the training, a great way to keep your skills up to date. Anyway, so to get started with Progressive Web Apps, we have some great sessions, as you can see, coming up today and tomorrow, more technical content. And we also have, expert web Googlers on hand, people from the Chrome team, to answer your questions and solve your problems in the web area. And come and check out our stuff in the sandbox. Check out the Lighthouse if you haven't seen that already.
The web team is also running 3 hands-on workshops, 90 minutes each. So today, data-driven progressive web apps, how to build web apps that work with data online and off, using Workbox from website to PWA, and then tomorrow morning, combining accelerated mobile pages and PWA. They're in the other building, and come on over. They're free. Bring your laptop, and we'll get you to some really interesting stuff.
Yeah. And if you want to learn more about PWAs, I've actually put together a whole bunch of links to great resources at bit.ly/PWA resources. So lots more good stuff there as well, too, from external experts. And lastly, always, if you want to learn about what's new on the web, do check out Web Fundamentals. Our content at developers.google.com/web is, right at the forefront. Stuff from people who are building browsers and working on web specs.
And that's it.
Yeah. I mean, most of all, please feel free to contact, Sarah and me and speak to any of the Googlers here.
Yeah. OK. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. We're here to learn what you're doing on the web and to find out what we can do to make the web better and help you build great experiences for all your users. Thank you so much. Dhanyavada. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Sean McMillan, developer advocate for Android. At Google I/O, we announced that Kotlin is a supported language for Android development. And today, I'm going to talk about how Kotlin can help you write great code. I'm going to do that by diving into some typical test code that you write every day and adding Kotlin. We're going to go pretty deep, and full warning, most of this talk is code. I thought I'd start out by talking a bit about what Kotlin is and why we've decided to support it for Android. Kotlin is a modern programming language. It has type inference, first-class functions, lambdas, coroutines, and all of the features you expect from a modern language. Kotlin borrows the best features from other languages to allow you to write less boilerplate code and produce better software. But Kotlin isn't just expressive. It's a language built for industry. What do I mean by that? Kotlin is expressive without sacrificing performance. It's easy and natural to write Kotlin code that has the same runtime performance as code written in the Java programming language. Kotlin keeps just enough boilerplate to scale your source code to hundreds of thousands of lines of code or more, and it does this by never sacrificing readability for abstractions. A core design goal of Kotlin is just enough boilerplate. When it added in abstractions, Kotlin has chosen to keep readability, and it's always possible that I'm going to cover today. There's many more, and you can check out the documentation to learn them. Before we go to lunch, I'd like to take a look at what's new in Android and Kotlin. Dan covered all of this in the keynote, but in case you missed it, here's a recap. We published the Android Kotlin guides to GitHub to provide a reference for Android Kotlin style and interoperability with Java. With support library 27, we started to add nullability annotations to make the API friendlier in Kotlin. This will make it so that null checks are valid in Kotlin when you call into the support library. And we've built docs and samples around Kotlin, and we're continuing development in this area. And of course, you. There's more Android developers every day using Kotlin for work and for fun. The Kotlin open source community is still getting started, so now is a perfect time to jump in if you want to start a Kotlin project or work on an existing one. Thanks. Catch me after this at office hours to check out our Kotlin instructor-led training tomorrow if you want to learn more about Kotlin.
Food is really tempting over there in the other half of the auditorium. So how many people here have actually played, downloaded the Android O SDK? Just give me a, all right, good. You know, and how about support library 27? All right, mostly hands, good, good. I mean, to me, the support library is the most important thing we do. Next to, you know, maybe architecture components or Kotlin to the platform. They're all pretty important. So I'm going to go really quickly here. First of all, namaste to everyone. I'm Dan Galpin. I'm going to be giving a tour of the highlights of the latest platform and support library updates, and we have a lot to cover. So Android 8.1. How many people have downloaded an Android 8.1 image? It adds a lot of targeted enhancements for Oreo. Android Go, for example. And we do a bunch of things to make things work better on lower RAM devices, including the elimination of these two services, notification listener and condition provider. And we also have new 8.1 hardware feature constants, which allow you to target the distribution is because it doesn't know. You can also restart every dynamic animation at a particular start value, and you can also give them a minimum and maximum. And this is worth a shout out. Cancel your animations. If your user quits while they're running, your app will crash. Keep a reference to them and call them in on destroy if you need to. And again, these APIs are in the support library like everything else we've talked about pretty much. It's available from, in this case, from Jelly Bean and above. So not 14, but 16. And I'm sure you not all got it, but if you didn't, all of the code for this is in Lisa's GitHub. So my hats off to Lisa for doing an amazing job of putting these together. And again, what I wanted to get to you guys to understand is that these physics-based animations are not toys or just for games, and they're way more than bouncing balls. They're a great way to bring natural motion and interaction to your current UI. So try thinking about what you're doing already manually. That could be easier and more realistic with a dynamic animation. So, and certainly I look forward to seeing what you make. And so that's it. I hope that this was a wonderful overview for you of a little bit of what we have in the support library and Android O, and enjoy the rest of your day here at GDD India. Thank you.
Welcome to the last session of the day. You've almost made it. We are almost at the after party. Thank you for coming along to talk. My name is Nick Fortescue. I'm a software engineer on Google Play, and this is my colleague.
Hi, I'm Johannes. I'm a UX designer working with Nick on Google Play.
So I've been working on Google Play since it was Android Market, so quite a while now. And we're here to talk to you about why quality matters in the app. Now, app quality is really important for us on Google Play. We want every Android user, when they open an app installed from Play, to open an amazing, beautiful, wonderful app. But of course, we don't write the apps. You guys do. And so we need you to help us. So my aim today, and Johannes' aim today, is to persuade you of how important quality is, not just for all those billions of Android users out there, but also for you as a business. So we're going to talk about in detail. I'm going to talk about why the quality matters. 17% improvement. And they are no way the highest in the Play console. We've seen developers get 30% conversion installs. So this is people who came to the app listing in Play and get 30% more installs by doing these experiments. It doesn't take very long. You should definitely try it. But the real key to this is you need a clear hypothesis. I think this icon will work better. I think encouraging this type of user will work better. And you need some big design variations. Don't just make, I'll go from light blue to dark blue. Make some really bold designs. Because remember, you can limit the traffic change it goes to. So it only goes to 1% of users. And you can get some really amazing results. So let me recap. Your app quality affects your business success. This is going to make real difference to the money you have coming in, to the number of users you have installing, to the users coming back to your app again and again and recommending it to your friends. We measure quality using the same signals you get in Android Vitals. We're not leaving you in the dark. So if you care about your recommendations in Play and you care about your users, you should be going to Android Vitals and fixing the bad behaviors, the crashes, the ANRs you see there. So every user in Android on every app has an amazing thing. And it's not just technical excellence. Going and adopting the latest phones and making your app have a beautiful design with things that really meets the user's needs can really help you drive more traffic to your app. So thank you so much for your time. Do come and find us. We'll be in the sandbox all day tomorrow, and we'll be at the launch party in a minute. We look forward to launching to you. We'll answer any questions you have about Google Play Console, and look forward to seeing you later. But enjoy the party. Thank you very much.
Bye-bye.